It starts with a surge of adrenaline.
Yeah. I've held more world records than just that one. Thank you very much. Is your voice coming through on stream? No, it's not. Well, your mic's working here.
It's the weird thing.
Do you have it unmuted in OBS?
Can you hear me now? All right. Sorry about that. Well, let's just say I gave a very, very eloquent and amazing intro. Now I'm loud. Is that better? I'll turn Josh up. All right. Oh, it's still loud. Clipping out. Okay, hopefully that's good now. All right, so basically the intro was most times when you see this game run in a marathon, you're going to see the top runners play it, and the game just looks impossible to get into. So I kind of wanted to show off a little bit more of what like a more beginner style run looks. Maybe it won't be so intimidating. Maybe a couple more people will want to learn the route. I learned this for the 12-hour challenge, and basically have only 18 completed runs since then, and I just got my first sub 60. So this is kind of what like the end of like the beginner process is going to look like. I will be saying that I will be donating $1 for every speed trick that I get, which is going to be kind of a more or less up to me. I'll say like for Alcatraz and Zeb Skip, I'll do $5 minus however many times I fail it. And I know in this game, like everyone always has the donation incentives for kill the animals or save the animals, and we don't have a good way of tracking donations, unfortunately. But if you so happen to donate money and you so happen to leave a comment about killing or saving the animals, and I so happen to add them up at the end, it might happen. And I will say that I know there's a lot of speedrunners out in the audience, and if no one donates, then I think the little critters might make it today. So, Josh, if you want to give like the intro for like the game in general.
Yeah, this is Super Metroid, the third game in the Metroid saga, released for the Super Nintendo in 1994. It's one of the bigger Nintendo games, probably, and one of the more complex ones released for the Super Nintendo. It's quite an achievement. Hopefully you've played it. Fun game. And a really crazy speedrun because of like... It's almost like they designed the map before they designed Samus's moveset. So your moves are like strangely powerful in this game, and it allows a lot of sequence breaking without using glitches. And you'll see some of that from Duck, hopefully.
Yeah, pretty much doing the standard KPDR beginner route. The only thing I'm doing that like a little more advanced players will skip is I'll be getting Spazer. I just haven't really put in the effort to learn how to drop that yet. A lot of it's with like the Bantoon fight, especially.
Apparently I'm still quiet.
Still quiet? I'll turn you up still. Alright, you're pretty loud in Discord now.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, I can turn on my desktop audio too. What time is it? Okay. I'll get started here in a minute. Since I'm a little early, and you never get to see the intro of this game, which is a shame because it's a great intro. It is. It's
is
just,
it?
Well, it's a great intro. It's just the downside is you can't skip it after the first one. So normally what we do is we have a save file that we already watched the intro. We just copy that over and start on that. But I mean it's up there for as far as like iconic intros especially of the era. I mean it's no Uncle or Zelda talking to you in your sleep, to be fair. So
So are you actually going to play the intro?
yeah, I'm just think so. All the sound settings hopefully should be good now, unless anyone wants to tell me differently. Alright, so here we go.
The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
Why do I have to narrate?
Because you got the better voice.
Run.
Well, here you're seeing the. Well, especially because the first two games really weren't all that popular, so it's kind of giving you a summary of the first two games here, especially Metroid 2. Like I don't like barely anyone played that. It was on Game Boy, but like all the lore is built off of the first two games. Oh, I have to hit a button. I never watched an intro. I mean, you say Metroid 2 was, but like Metroid even up into Super Metroid were kind of cult classics. Like, I mean, it's not like A Link to the Past or Mario or anything. It's
Even Super Metroid itself is a bit of a cult classic. I
Yeah.
never played it as a kid.
It was really the Metroid. I mean, between this and Metroid Prime, it's been like 8 years, 7 years. Like there wasn't even a game on the 64.
Yeah.
I know, like I played this once casually as a kid, and it was definitely similar to like Link to the Past, that style, like finding the items and making progression, but it didn't really get its hooks into me. And then like the Primes I love, the 1 and 2. And then like I just recently went back and started playing this again. I mean, if you haven't played this casually, you definitely need to. It's a great game. And the speedrun is like, even if you don't learn the speedrun, like learning some of the speedrun tech, just like wall jumping, I mean, even like mock balls, which really aren't that hard once you get a little practice of them. You can just skip huge parts of the game. You can do things in different order. I mean, it's like, it really is like this game was built to speedrun. So,
Surrey Station was under attack.
Oh no!
We gotta go check that shit out.
All
Sorry if there's no cursing allowed. I'll do better from now on.
All right,
Maybe I should donate $1.
You can have the swear jar.
Yeah.
Whoops. Well, there we go. Well, I was gonna give $1 for make it to the bottom. That didn't go so well.
Smooth.
I was thrown off by I didn't start the timer. There we go.
Yeah, so Surrey Station. Oh, this is on the practice hack, by the way.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Sick. Well, at least now you get to start the timer on time.
I do get to start the timer on time. Classic duck. All right, we're gonna skip the intro this time. So this is how you skip the intro. You copy the file that we have pre-made. Maybe I'll make it to the bottom of this hallway this time. Nope. I swear I've played this game before.
Can actually be pretty difficult to control, Samus.
Yeah, you really have to. You got to get the jump right off at the very beginning, and then like it took me a while to get. You really have to change your direction before you think you have to, because Samus has a lot of momentum.
Yeah, so there's this thing called pumping that Duck isn't doing because he likes going slow. In this game, if you're running, you can mash angle up and angle down to boost yourself forward a pixel every time. It's actually more efficient than the pumping in A Link to the Past because, like, you guarantee, like, 1 pixel forward every single time you do it. But also, 1 pixel is a smaller percentage of your overall movement speed in this game, especially after Speed Booster, because you just start running really fast. So what even is 1 pixel?
Oh my god. 39. The Ariana series is... Yeah, I missed the one jump at the end there.
Planet Zebes, or Zebes. There's like a huge debate over how to pronounce this. I'm on the team Zebes.
Oh, I'm on Team Zebus.
What?
Yeah.
You're bad.
There's an extra E in there.
Yeah, but it's silent. I wonder if the voice-acted games have given it away, and I'm just... We're all wrong.
It's gonna be something crazy like Zebs.
So the game's still pretty quiet up until after a Morph Ball and first Missile Pack.
Yeah, the game does, like... This is a very cinematic game.
Yeah. It's got its moody atmosphere. This room is low-key hard
This game,
as heck.
yeah, all pits.
Like, getting through this room without falling in any of the pits is actually pretty tough.
Yeah, this first part, I mean, it really feels it's similar to Escape and A Link to the Past, but like you can lose runs here more than you can in A Link to the Past in Escape. Some of the hardest rooms in the game are honestly in this first segment. See if we can mock ball out of here.
Looks like maybe you got it.
Yeah, kind of. Oh my god.
You didn't have all that much speed.
No, I didn't have a lot of speed, but I think I actually got the mock ball. We'll call that $1.
So what's happening with a mock ball is if you run and jump and do the inputs in a specific way, you can preserve your momentum when you morph. Ordinarily, when you're in the ball form, Samus moves super slow.
Yeah, and mock ball's one of the tricks that if you want to do like the 80% route, there's one required mock ball that you have to do. Fortunately, it's the easiest one because you have a screen transition to kind of set up the inputs you need. And the climb here that I'm doing, this again is one of the hardest, if not the hardest screen in the game. So when you're starting out, it's just getting up here clean is honestly good enough. And it's followed up by another hard screen, which is the parlor. There's a lot of ways to go through these rooms. Some of them can be quite difficult. Whoops. I tried another mock ball there and went very poorly. Taking damage there is really bad. If you want to explain why on that.
Yeah, you want he's about to fight Bomb Terizo, and you want to be able to farm missiles off of Bomb Terizo's attacks, but if you have less than full energy, he will often drop you energy, and you'll probably see that happen right here. Unfortunately, will lead to kind of a slow fight. Oh, you actually got pretty lucky with missiles.
Yeah, actually, it was pretty good. And then coming out, you just need 5 missiles. You don't cover out your health because we're about to get an energy tank. That's $5.
That trick is really tough starting out. Call that the Alcatraz escape.
Yeah, it saves a good bit of time because you got to bomb like what,
Yeah.
3 blocks to get out.
It saves like 8 or 9 seconds. It's like a surprising bit of time.
Yeah, the first time I got it, like first trying to run, I ended up golding the split by like 15 seconds, and it was almost all that. I was like, oh geez.
Here, you're just damage boosting through these pirates. It's just faster, and you don't really gain much time by killing them.
Yeah, there's not. You can get in a bad spot with energy on this first split, but you're not too worried with your health. And this is the first the sequence break for the first required, quote unquote, required mock ball.
Yeah, this mock ball allows you to get under these gates in this next room, which allows you to get super missiles early. The intended route through the game, you want to get supers from fighting Spore Spawn, but we're just going to skip that entirely because it's super slow.
And those wall jumps can be tricky, as you can see, because you got to pretty much do them off camera.
Yeah, sometimes the game has a weird camera where it's like trying to hide an area from you, and the camera kind of is bad about following Samus when you're discovering one of these areas. Nice, that was another mock ball that allows you to get cleanly through those enemies. Mock balls like that where you can hold jump, you can do like a full jump, are a lot easier than ones where you have to do like a short hop.
Yeah, that one's also not too bad. If you're any decent at mock balls whatsoever, I would advise going for that one just because it's the easiest way through that room, as far as I know.
Yeah.
You're either going to take a lot of damage or a lot of time getting through that otherwise. And even if you miss it, you kind of just that jump gets you over a couple guys, and then you can kind of just do a regular morph at the end, and it'll be a little slower, but you'll live. Also, that puts us at 8.
This next room, the Green Hill Zone, is pretty tough. You gotta do a jump like right away. It can be hard to do. You got it though. Nice. And the mock ball. This game has a lot of fun room names. A lot of them are pretty creative.
Yeah,
As opposed to something like A Link to the Past, where it's just like, oh, the big chess room in Eastern Palace or something. That's boring.
Hey, we have big key skip, which doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah.
So when I'm falling down there and you see me aim down and moving forward, it's really counterintuitive. You actually have to hold down and back to do it. They're called down backs. I literally learned that this week, and I can never figure out how people were like moving forward while aiming down. I'm not sure if it's intended or not, because obviously if you push down forward, the game wants to put you in a down angle. So maybe they're thinking like, well, they need a way to be able to aim down and move forward, but it doesn't work if you jump, so it's really weird.
Yeah, it's odd.
I think I got that one too. Oh, that's not good.
So that Spazer beam you just grabbed is not essential. In fact, it's slower to grab it in this route, but it's a lot safer. Most players do start out grabbing the Spazer for a good while. Some players who are really like, oh, I want to learn it the right way right away, they'll skip it, but most players will get Spazer till about 54 to 56, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I would look at skipping Spazer soon if I was to continue with this. My thing is, if you skip Spazer, you have to learn like harder strats on bosses, and it's just more time spent learning those. So I don't know. I would recommend starting out with it. All right, I love to miss this quick kill, so we're gonna give it a shot. Yep. Always in practice, never in runs. So this is what Craig looks like when he stands up.
Yeah, the quick kill can be kind of tough.
Uh-oh, this is bad.
When you're starting. Don't die.
Okay, this is really bad. Oh baby. Hey.
Success.
I even got a super out of there. Yeah, like I literally did the quick kills for about 40 minutes before this, and I got most of them. And I don't know, I just have a problem with it in runs.
So you saw him do like what we call a deboost there. The deboosting in this game is interesting. It works kind of unlike any other game I know of. Usually it's like a mechanic to get iframes or something and abuse that. But in this you can like use it. You can use it for that, but you can also use it for like just doing this really fast in the air movement, which you saw there in that spike room leaving Kraid.
There is a that little dead marine right before Kraid. Apparently, there's an SM meme involving him. It's called Arthur J. Metroid. He gave his life to save 0.3 seconds on his PB or my deboost. Oh, I got it.
Yeah. Oh, nice mouth ball. That's a tough mouth ball. You got to jump really late.
Just getting the jump is hard. Honestly,
Yeah.
most of that is getting the jump, and then once you like learn, you can shoot there. And oops, wrong way. The mock ball part actually isn't the hard part. There's a couple mock balls that are like that, where it's like nailing the jump is the possible part, and then the mock ball is almost incidental after that.
Now we're getting what is low-key one of the best items in the game, the high jump boots. If you don't believe me, try playing low percent. You'll realize how great they are.
Yeah, it's just like boots in Link to the Past. Like, all boots are good.
Yeah.
I think with that mouth ball, I'm up to $10.
Is Bubble Mountain on your trick list?
Oh yeah. Oop.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're gonna start learning this game, the 3 tricks you really need to do are the Spore Spawn, or the early Supers Mock Ball, Bubble Mountain, and one tap Shine Sparks, or Speed Charges, whatever they're called. We use to get over to Fantoon. I think you technically have enough room to barely make it without a short charge, but it's
I
really
think the second one's pretty hard to do without a short charge.
yeah. But you can always just jump over there without high jump boots.
Yeah, but that's slow.
Oh my god, Cack Attack.
Yeah, that's one of the frustrating aspects of Bubble Mountain.
I didn't have a super there, so I really needed to get up there before that missile disappeared too. Yeah, that's the it's a tricky wall jump that you have to do. Plus, that Cack Attack can really just has some RNG that can just heck you like that. You can read it. I thought I could make it over, but he kind of like did 2 quick shots at once.
Speed booster. Yeah, so here he's just, going through Norfair and collecting all these items. This is why the other route that you see out of Top Runners is faster, is it gets these items and is able to go straight to Ridley. It doesn't have to come here twice. So it's just a lot less backtracking. But it's also way, way
Whoa, whoa, save that.
Nice. There's another wall jump you would have to learn.
Oop.
Just generally, there are like a few sequence break wall jumps like this. You're intended to come here with a grapple beam, but
That it's not nearly as hard as I just made it look. Basically, if you can wall jump consistently, you should be able. That one's not too bad. The hard part with that is there's spikes below it, so if your wall jumps aren't good, and they're not consistent, you can fall down and take a lot of damage there. Got that one though.
nice.
That'll put us at 11.
Did you get Ice Beam early? I assume?
Yeah, I get Ice Beam early.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it saves like several seconds to get it later, but it's a lot harder to climb Red Tower without it. Like significantly harder.
Well, I know one of the ways it's safe, you're supposed to take it off for Fantoon, which I will be doing. But there is a way to kill Fantoon with the Ice Beam and missiles. You can get him in like a 3-round.
Yeah.
So you could potentially learn that and still do early ice and not lose too much time overall. Alright, I'm gonna try to do the speedball bounce here. Got
Fun
it.
strat.
Puts us at 12. And then I believe if you do get later ice, you actually go down and around instead of back through Frog Tunnel later on.
You can do either one, depending. Going down and around requires a power bomb, so it really depends on your power bomb count whether you can do it or not.
So getting out of here actually requires a tricky mock ball where I believe you have to freeze those little platform guys to get out. So that little charge bomb drop I do is a nice simple way to get out. You won't lose eons of time from failing mock balls. Nice safe strat for when you're starting out.
Do you do Alpha Spark?
Maybe. Oh, right here? I try it. I got it once in practice earlier. It's the first time I got it.
Yeah, they call this strat Alpha Spark because it used to be the first giant spark you would do in a run.
Nope.
It's not anymore, though. Like, no good players do this anymore. Even the good KPDR players.
Well, I must be a good player then, because I didn't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
It requires kind of tricky tapping to get through that hallway, especially because it's broken up by doors. I find the ones that are broken up by doors a lot harder to get, because it really throws off your rhythm.
Yeah, and you see for him climbing up Red Tower here, the Ice Beam allows him to freeze some of these enemies and use them as platforms, which is the intended solution. You can get up through here without Ice Beam, but it's way harder, especially this last little bit.
Yeah,
way harder.
I can get it past that first bit. It's that second part that I struggle with. I've tried it a couple times, and like dropping early ice doesn't save you that much time, so it's just not my priority list.
Yeah, it's really only like a few seconds. See if you get the damage boosts in this room.
Nope.
Oh.
So since I have early ice, if I don't get the damage boost, I'll just do that. You do want to conserve health here as much as possible because you have Fantoon coming up. And like 301 would be plenty of health for Fantoon. The problem is you have two fairly long Shine Sparks right before him, which take up something like 180 energy, something like that.
Yeah, they take up a lot of energy for sure.
So I'm trying to farm a little of health here before going over to Fantoon.
Yeah, so once again, you're intended to go deeper in the Norfair to fight Crocomire to get to the grapple beam, and that will allow you access to the wrecked ship. But you can also Shine Spark, so we will never be visiting Crocmire in this run. It's like a huge detour that takes up way too much time.
Yeah, pretty much the only runs that ever see Crocmire are the ones that require you to go there for some reason, either like Croc RTA or 100%. But you really don't need the grapple beam for anything in this game.
Yeah.
So that was the first. You do a one-tap Shine Spark there to get over there. One-taps are pretty easy because you can just delay when you're tapping, and two taps are a little bit more. If you want to explain the short charging a little bit, I don't think we'll cover that.
Okay, yeah. So when you're running forward, it seems like it takes so long for Samus to get her speed booster charge where she turns blue. The game actually only checks 4 frames during your run to see if you're holding run on those 4 frames, then you'll get the charge. So you can abuse this to get the charges in like a very short distance.
Yeah, if we have some time afterwards, I'll show off the magic pants.
Yeah.
Alright, we got Phantom coming up now. This is basically the Aghanim of this game. He has it's effectively 2 phases, and he's got 3 patterns each. The longest patterns take about 12 seconds longer than the shortest. So you can, especially with beginner, where I do a 4-round, I can lose up to a minute here just from RNG.
It is quite a bit harder than Aghanim, though. Aghanim in ALTTP is pretty brain dead.
Yeah, there's... This is a lot harder. This is all the RNG with Aghanim, plus it's actually a hard fight.
Yeah. The advanced threats, X Vector and Doppler, are pretty tough.
Missed. Yeah, getting him on right when he opens his eye, you not only have to know the patterns, but it's a tricky bit of timing. And he's so far given me the longest RNG on both patterns, and he's once again giving me the longest RNG, unless I get injured. Which I got mid-left this week, and it scared the piss out of me.
Yeah, there are 2 patterns he can give you in the second round on that are really rare, like less than 1% of the time rare. And they often come as a nasty shock.
I got both of them this week. It was very shocking. Finish him off with super.
The worst is getting what we call a sunrise surprise, where if Samus is overlapping Phantoon's eye when the fireballs spawn, every single one of them hits Samus at the same time for a massive amount of damage. And that can happen if you're not, aware of where he can open.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons I was doing the pseudo screws through the flames. It gives me invulnerability during that, so I can pseudo through the flames and then release for me, a charged wave spacer shot on his eye. Oops. So these are just the easiest supers that we can get on this route. Pretty much everyone gets these, right? Because you need at least 10 from Mother Brain.
Yeah, everyone gets those. The next room he's going to enter is called the Attic, and it's actually a really tough room and also a really cool room. The fast strategies in it are, at least.
Yeah, I'm going to try the Shine Spark. Whoa, that was really high. One thing I do not get is why some of these guys die from power bombs and sometimes they don't. Oops, like that guy did not die. So what I was trying to do there is just pull off a Shine Spark just at the right height across that room. And if you manage to pull it off, like I didn't, you'll shine right through all of them and be able to just exit right out of the room. It does take a little energy though. And I think like most of the top guys don't use that strat. They have a couple like insanely hard strats from what I was looking at.
Oh yeah.
So, but I just usually take this room to farm up some health from doing that strat. I didn't lose any there because I didn't actually pull it off.
There's a Shine Spark you can do to get through this, which we call the bowling alley. Because of the way this statue holds you like a bowling ball.
Yeah, that
it's
one.
Pretty tough though.
Yeah, again, you're charging a shine. Anyone where you have to charge a Shine Spark through doors, except for the Alpha Spark, is the only one I've been able to really figure out. And the Alpha Spark, you have a fairly long runway too. It's more about getting the shots on the doors that you don't get clipped by them.
So now we're gonna get the gravity suit, which is pretty awesome item. Ice physics, water physics without this suit are completely terrible.
So I got another, well, not a difficult mock ball, but a difficult jump into a mock ball coming up. It's a really cool trick. I really like it, but it is tough to get. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a 2-frame jump window. The lake ball.
See, like that's. I was
yeah,
trying
I
to
jumped a little early.
Yeah. Again, there it's not the mock ball that's hard. It's nailing the jump on the right frame. I did end up mock balling at the end there, but I hit a little too low, so I didn't go anywhere. But if you do that, you can the first bounce after a mock ball, you'll maintain your speed. So you can go to the next room, bounce underneath that that one guy right there, and then just come right up.
So now he'll be headed to Meridia. Probably gonna stop for the health refill at the bottom of Red Tower.
Yeah, normally I would be okay going with this much health, but in this setting, I'm still going to. That's not the right door.
Nice.
I have not gotten lost in a while, so.
Yeah, I think you want the green door.
Okay, you have there's another Shine Spark coming up. I believe that screen's called Mount Everest for some reason.
Mount Doom.
Mount Doom. So there's
maybe some people call it Everest. I don't know. I haven't been around in a while. But last time I was playing it was Mount Doom.
Anyways, there's another Shine Spark to get up there. Costs about 60 energy, but right after that you have to fight Botwoon. And there are a couple safe strats to fight Botwoon, but you know he can do some damage, so it's just good to have as much health as you can here. Nice. I swear the wall jump timing is different in water. But for some reason, like these are the only. I mean, I know I missed ones early in this run, but generally, like these are the first wall jumps I'll miss in a run. I don't know why.
We call these the crab super missiles. Good players won't get them just because they're unnecessary, but if you don't know the Shine Spark kill on Dragon, it's really important to have extra ammo.
Yeah, because you got Botwoon and Dragon, which you both want to use supers on both of them. So having the extra 5 is nice. It's definitely not so much for Mother Brain for me at this point. Although I did lose a run this week to not enough ammo, but that was mostly horrible drops from the Metroids in Turian.
And here's Botwoon.
So I open up that charge beam, or at least on an audio cue, which Josh picked the perfect time to start talking for. And that's fine. And then I'll shoot a couple supers at him, and then I'll finish him off with charge, because like I said, you want a good bit of supers for Dragon too. 10 is okay. It's not great. You do have to use 2 supers to get in there, so I only have 8 when I actually get into Dragon. But I have full missiles, so hopefully it won't go much longer than 2 rounds. Alright.
Do you know the halfie yet?
Yes, I do.
Oh, baby.
This is a $5 trick if I get it. Oh my god, the worst way to fail it.
Dang.
So I started learning that one of the reasons I started trying to practice it was just it's a good drill trick to do if you want to try to speed up your wall jumps in general, because you have to get up there quick. So I started doing it, and then I thought well, it's kind of free to go for. Well, it's free to go for unless you do that. That will definitely cost you time. But even if you miss one of the earlier ones, you can just shine up then, and you don't save nearly as much time that way, but it'll save you like probably not even a second. But oh my god! All right, don't shoot a wasted super on the eye door. So I'm not doing the shine strats, but I'd like to try to practice getting a triple in here. Because maybe one day.
You can do that with you can get a charge here with a 2-tap. Trigon starts swooping so fast towards the end, it's really hard to get shots on.
That was a 3-round, but I didn't get a lot of swoops early on. Oh, wasn't too bad. It's about an average fight for me, I would say.
Now we get Space Jump, which is a really fun item, especially underwater.
Yeah, I just learned like 2 days ago you can hit a lot faster underwater. I was doing slow jumps the entire time.
Yeah, you can basically spam it underwater, just about.
I tried what is it called? The Wample jump or whatever?
Yeah.
Ooh, when I got hit. That's not good. So with Space Jump, it maintains your momentum from when you jumped. So you're really trying to avoid hitting all these things on the roof. And I'm doing a good job of showing you how to hit every one of them. Wow.
Gentlemen, if I can interject for just one moment, we have a $10 donation from Dragon's Babies that says, "You bastard." I will leave that to runner's choice on whether or not you want to save or kill the little bastards at the end.
Well, we're not saving those bastards.
Naturally, of course.
There's a really tough shine spark in this room. It's really the hardest shine spark in this route. Called the plasma spark. I don't know if you're even familiar with it yet.
Yeah, I watched the this week. I actually watched Zeus tutorial, which is
Okay.
I ended up, like I said at the beginning of this, I ended up getting. Actually, I might have said that when I was muted, but this week while preparing for this, I got my first sub 60.
Nice.
And after that, I was like, well, I should probably upgrade some of my strats. So I ended up watching Zeus tutorial. That's or a couple like some of these harder mock balls and everything. That's where that came from. Maybe it wasn't the greatest idea to upgrade like 2 days before this run, but I don't know if it's been going okay, but it's certainly been going so far.
That room is really fun to learn the good strats in.
The plasma
room.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at some of those good strats, and that was one of those time versus reward things. My favorite room is coming up right now, actually. The space jump. We released the charge shot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's easy, but it's cool for sure.
I really thought you cursed me when you said it was easy. I'm like, So basically, all we're doing now is we're just working away from Dragon down to Lower Norfair and Ridley. It's the hardest trick in the game right there. Shooting a gate properly. It's literally impossible. So you can, just from doing this, you can see what the advanced PRKD route will save you. The fact that they're only coming here once. This is already my second trip through.
So now he'll be headed to Lower Norfair,
Whoopsie doodles.
which has super epic music.
Yeah, it's basically there's Upper Norfair and Lower Norfair. The Lower Norfair is basically a an epic-fied version of what you're hearing right now. I'll throw in another $1 for that straight down, that neutral space jump right there. It's harder than it looks. Doesn't save you too much, but allows you to fall straight down. Whoopsie doodles. There is a deboost in here that makes you move a little faster, but I just pseudo spark through this, and you can see I can go right through those projectiles, similar to what I was doing on Fantoon. And I'll be taking my first save here too, as well. I did have, just full disclosure, I'm not a madman. I had a backup safety save after Fantoon, in case he went poorly. So I was able to skip a save during the run.
Yeah, Lower Norfair is dangerous, so probably a good call to save there.
Yeah, was it the amphitheater? That you have to space jump. The timing in space jump's a little tricky. So it's always within the realm of possibility you can just drop one, and if you drop one in there, it's this big room filling with acid. Especially if you drop one later in that room, you can just fall into the acid. You can die. So just a simple mistake of not hitting your space jump correctly means death. So that's a good save to take, IMO.
Yeah, this next room he's gonna enter is actually called the worst room in the game. It's like what the community calls it.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Did I get him? No, I killed him. So
it
that
can be really laggy up at the top.
that guy up top, I just fired a charge shot at him. Preferably, I don't actually want to kill him. Oops, that was a bad hero shot. I don't want to kill him because you can jump on top of him, lay the power bomb to jump back off of him, and you can save some time that way. I didn't jump through this door.
Well,
Oh, this is the bottom of amphitheater. Ideally, you jump through that door so you have a space jump, and then you can just kind of hug the top wall. It saves you a little time.
oh, you still get Firefly.
Yeah, I still get Firefly. I would consider dropping it soon, but I mean, I definitely wouldn't drop it for this run. One part of the thing with Firefly is, especially if you don't do fast pillars, before it was order screen, you saw me power bomb a couple pillars. You can shine spark through that, but if you don't, it means you use 2 extra power bombs, and we do need a handful coming up. And really, the Firefly room is the only place to get them here. So it seems like one of those strats that you have to like upgrade 2 strats at once to be able to drop something. I could always just skip that power bomb that I just laid, I suppose, because usually I have 2 coming back here. But Firefly does a lot for you. It's not even so much the extra energy; it's that it gives you a free refill most of the way through Lower Norfair. It gives you a chance to get power bombs, so you don't have to go get the power bombs of shame right over there. Then of course the extra health. So it's really good. It takes a little bit, but it's a really good safety when you're still learning.
Oh man, I gotta teach you how to do this. That
Yeah,
hurts.
the one where you can group both of them together. Ooh.
Now we have Ridley. It's a hard fight when you're a beginner, but it gradually becomes probably one of the easier ones.
I'd say it's still tough to do fast.
Eh.
Lost count, so I'm gonna look for change. There we go. Oh, that's 11. Should be 20. Nope.
Yeah, I think that was 19.
Oh, this is... Ridley, please. Is he not dead? There we go, okay. Yeah, Ridley... So you need to put 20 hits on him, and pretty much unlike every other boss in any other game ever, really doesn't actually die. He tries to start picking you up, and he's not good at picking you up, so he can miss. I know there's a couple things you can do. I heard it's something like he's got like 10 tries to pick you up, and every time he tries, his counter goes down, and eventually he'll just explode. And somehow you can manipulate that by going over his head, or you can try to get him to pick you up. But especially when you're learning, it can be very annoying to figure out like, is this guy actually dead or not? And it takes a while to kind of get a feel for, yeah, no, he's really dead. And even then, you can, like I did, where you just straight up miscount. Because he doesn't take, if he's off screen, he will not take any damage. So if you don't see him flash, even if you're really sure that shot was on target, that doesn't count. So now that all the bosses are dead, all we gotta do is, if you play this game, there's a big golden statue. They have all the bosses on it. If you come back to it at any point after you beat one of them will disappear. That's the entrance to Turian in the final area, much similar to the first Metroid game, except there's only 2 bosses there and it raised the bridge. So we just gotta make the long trek over there. Takes a few minutes actually. And then we'll be in the final area. This section can be, if you are doing a harder route and you drop a bunch of E-tanks, this section can be pretty nerve-wracking, I think. But with the amount of health I have, I can kind of just face tank most of this stuff. Like these key hunters, I really don't care if I take damage.
Yeah, the key hunters can be pretty nerve-wracking with low health, because they do 50 damage every hit, so...
Health, as long as you can get through this area, health isn't too big of a deal, because we'll be killing Metroid soon, and they drop pretty much everything and loads of it. So even if you're at low health, you'll tend to end up at full health at the end of Turian anyways. Of course, there's some harder strats where you have to run through lava and everything. That'll cost you some health for the top players, but if you're just starting out, generally you'll end up at full health. I'm also going to be not paying attention.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a mistake you definitely don't want to make.
No, it's not. That was just nervous tapping of the button. There's no way that the developers didn't put those guys there on purpose for that exact reason. So I was talking about required. It's still a little. Well, I guess we'll talk about it later. I was just thinking about Zeb Skip already. Meanwhile, we're just heading back through most of the areas we've seen already. We're taking a shortcut through Meridia. Which, this is probably not a route many people took casually, because it's fairly convoluted. And through a couple hidden areas.
Yeah. I think there was debate over what was fastest for a long time earlier in this game's history. I think one of the routes actually is faster than this one in game time, which I guess we haven't talked about the difference between game time and real time. The game has its own internal timer, but it doesn't run during door transitions and elevators, or... Oh, and it also doesn't count lag, so... there's quite the discrepancy between that time and, you know, actually using a timer away from the game.
Yeah, and there's different strats depending if you're trying to optimize game time or real time. You know, real time you care about how many transitions you take and all that, whereas game time it just doesn't matter because it's off the clock. Same with minimizing lag. I am going to be taking ship save here just because, just a backup. Love to be able to get in the ship. There we go. And this way I just don't have to worry about my ammo for the rest of the game, really. Yeah, ship entry is the hardest. I didn't actually save. That's fine.
Nice. Yeah, for a lot of this game's history, runners actually exclusively optimized for game time. It wasn't until 2011 or 2012 or so when nice.
Yeah.
When
good old nerves and the nervous shooting of buttons.
When SRL and racing became popular, and of course you can't use game time if you're racing other people. Makes no sense. So really using real time was an offshoot of that. It's kind of what people have paid attention to ever since.
Here we have Infinite Bomb Jump Practice Room.
You need practice.
Yeah, I definitely need the practice. I'm the only person who wants this cutscene to be longer. I'm somehow getting worse at it. I used to be able to get up to the ceiling like every time. It's not even a trick. I know low ice uses infinite bomb jump because they need to get up through the. I think it's called the cathedral.
I use it in a couple places, I think.
Yeah. A lot of categories it's not used. You just have it's so slow. Like it's any skip you can do with it, you're probably just better off coming back and doing it with an item that allows you to do it much faster.
These rooms are extremely hard.
Yeah, I'm doing them quite
at a-
slowly.
At a like optimized level.
Even on a non-optimized level, it's just these guys can get you and it sucks.
Yeah. Killing them quickly, especially in this room. Room 3 is considered one of the hardest rooms in the game. For good reason. On every single one of these Metroids, what he's having to do is shoot, switch, shoot, and then you're probably doing switch again to get back to your beam. But you can also do cancel.
Yeah, I can do cancel. Switch is fine until you're doing like 100% when you have freaking like X-ray and grapple. And then you really want to do cancel. I have cancel on select. It's just it's hard to get over there while hitting run, while hitting a button, while hitting a direction pad.
Those rooms, even in any percent, players who are really trying to do them fast will use cancel. Just because it's... Even if they have it on select.
And I think I'm up to 17 now, because I got the speedball coming down, and then I was going to do another one for not getting sucked up by any of the Metroids.
In the future, make sure you turn right before you run out of health.
I know, I just forgot.
Okay. Saves nearly a second.
Is it that much?
Yeah.
Why?
It just skips the, like, animation where Samus is on her knees.
And we got Zeb Skip coming up. If you want to explain that real quick. It's the other most, it's a really important trick if you want to learn this route.
Yeah, so the game kind of gates you going to Mother Brain with the Zebatites.
Oh, that's whoops.
Yeah, you want to save, right?
Yeah, I definitely want to save.
Yeah. The Zebatites are those, red things that are blocking your path. If you want to get through all of them, you need a crap ton of ammo. And it's ammo we don't have. So, you can do this little trick where you can take a damage boost and jump through this first one here. And then the other ones don't load after, so...
And I'm real bad at it. Like, I can do it if I get it the first try. I just reset if I can't get it. Oh my god. I'm heading double forward twice is the problem.
It's a weird trick.
Yeah, I more have it like in my fingers than actually like know how to do it. Oh my god. There we go. I'm usually actually pretty decent at that, so... Oh boy.
Yeah, but Zeebs just sounds better. It's like I know that calling you should call it Lake Hylia instead of Lake Hylia, but Hylia just sounds dumb.
You say Hylia?
Yeah, I say Hylia.
Oh man. You know it's Hyrule, not Hill Rule, right?
You know what? Apathy. Apparently Kakariko is supposed to be called Kakariko, which is kind of funny. I think we should just switch to calling it Kakariko. That's what the voice actors say in Breath of the Wild.
And I'm real bad at math, so I very gingerly get myself under 400 there.
Yeah, we didn't explain Mother Brain Fight at all. We're too busy talking about pronunciation.
Well, basically, it's in 80%, especially with plasma, it's not that hard of a fight. You are getting stuff shot at you. You basically need 20 charged plasma shots to kill her. After the 16th, you'll get the red stuff that comes out. People call it ketchup. It's what ketchup, onion rings, French fries, and do the bombs have a cute name? Aren't they just bombs?
Yeah, most people just call them bombs.
This makes a horrible lunch. But I mean, the two that you need to after 16, she'll start doing ketchup, so you got to be worried about that. She'll pretty much always throw one at you, but that can, with how much health we have, it can really wreck you. And you need at least 301 health, not 300, as I learned out the hard way one time, but 301 health, because her beam does 300 damage. They need to be able to survive it to get into this phase. So we really only have half as much health as it looks like here. But it's probably one of the easier fights, but one slip of the finger and you can catch either of those, like the blue rings especially, because they can like all hit you and chain damage you. And the ketchup are the big dangerous things to worry about. So it's not the hardest fight, but it can, you know, I've lost runs to Mother Brain before. I'm sure everyone has at some point, especially when you're coming here with even less health. The low percent people do this with like no energy tanks. They have to do like what, 200 shots? Just an endurance battle.
This last section, what we call Mother Brain 3, is actually kind of tricky to do really well.
Yeah, you just don't want to miss any shots, which I missed a bunch of.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to get out of here exactly on 3.
Is this a $5 trick?
It's a $1 trick.
Okay.
3! Alright, I think that's, just go on even 20. I think it was at least $1 from Zebites, even though I screwed it up like 100 times.
Oh man, I'm glad Andrew isn't here to have seen that door transition.
I know.
Out there.
Hey, I made it through Fantoon.
Oh.
I forgot to
now
jump
I'm sad he isn't here.
I think his overall time was still faster than mine, though, so... Did we even get any donations? I wasn't paying attention during that. Because I got my 20 on save.
Oh, on save.
Oh yeah.
I think you have to save.
We got the single donation.
Taunt. Well, welcome
That
to the
was
climb of shame.
Exquisite. Yeah, this is no bueno. This is one of those rooms, if you like enter it and you're not really thinking about what you're doing, you're gonna mess it up.
Yeah, I looked over at chat because I was seeing if anyone had said anything. I looked back and I was getting damaged by one of those guys. I'm like, that's not good. So ideally, you want to shine spark all the way up there.
So we're going to visit the animals, I guess, which hurts my soul.
I mean, it's already an hour and 3 minutes in. I think that hurts your soul enough.
This hurts my soul even more.
Wait, how do you taunt them? Oh well, I guess I'll save them. How do you taunt them then? I never like knew that was a thing.
The only true way to taunt them is just to straight up kill them.
Yeah, but the door closed behind me, Scrivo. Alright, now the hardest trick in the game. Entering the ship, that's a $5 trick on the first try. That's $25.
Success.
So, like I said, I was trying to showcase what you can do if you're just starting out on this game, and if you didn't watch that and think I can do that too, then I don't know. That
looked
was
impossible to me, man.
that's a good point, Scrivo. I actually did the preparing for this. I did one of the end recent races last night, and there was like 10 people. I got 5th because half the field had to forfeit from dying. I'm like, oh, I'll take that.
Yeah, forfeits are common in Super Metroid races.
Yeah, I've been in one where I forfeited. So, what time is the next run starting? I should have a few minutes left over, I think.
Uh, 2:15 is the next run.
2:15. So we got a couple minutes. Josh, if you want,
a break if you'd like.
No, that's fine. I was trying to think if there's any tricks that I missed that I can potentially show off, like shine sparking at the end. But Josh, thank you. Thanks for helping commentate. If you want to dip out while I don't know, entertain the crowd for a couple minutes before the next runner's ready, that's fine. You can stick around if you want.
I really need to eat lunch because I'm starving.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for helping out. Thanks for your commentary. Oh, okay.
No problem.
Well, let's finish these credits, Ham, and then I'll. Oh, I got 3 minutes. All right. I mean, I can turn my cam on. It's probably the correct call. And in case you didn't know, the tradition at the end of this game, I'm sure you'll see it soon from the crowd. %. If you get power bombs of shame, it's gonna be 28. So let me see if I can get a couple of those tricks that I messed up quite horribly in the run. 100% run, I think that's not right at all. 100% run, I think like the top players have like an hour and 20 minutes times. Oh, right, I deleted my, Oh boy, I'm having quite the day. I know. Well, I guess we're gonna watch series again. Can you teleport out of here? No. So this is the practice hack. Unfortunately, you cannot teleport out of series, apparently. And I deleted my file that was past series. Yeah, you have a couple cutscenes in this game where you can that are pretty good for practice, if nothing else. Oh boy.